Hello friends, welcome to EDA, an online educational platform for electrical engineering. Here again I welcome you to a brand new session of AC Fundamentals. So we have already discussed instantaneous, peak, average and RMS, representation of sinusoidal waveform, and today we are going to discuss simple series and parallel circuits consisting of RLC. This is our today's topic. I'll divide it into two parts. First part will consist of simple series and the second part will consist of parallel. Okay, so today we will discuss, in this particular video, we will discuss simple series circuits consisting of RL and C. So before going to the topic, I want to solve the previous classes homework question. Okay, so let us do that. In the previous lecture video, I have solved for the circuit current in polar form, that is 0.174 angle 35.54 degree, and in sinusoidal form 0.174 sine omega t plus 35.54 degree. For the solution, you can refer to my second lecture video. Okay, and homework was VR equals to, you have to determine VR and VC. Okay, let us determine VR and VC. We have already found out the current. So current in polar form is 0.174 phase 35.54 degree. So for VR means voltage across resistor. Resistance is given 700 ohm. So you can easily find out, just multiplying resistance with the current, you will get voltage across resistor. So just multiply 700 into 0.174, you will get 121.8. Okay, and the phase will remain same because it is resistor, and resistors has no effect on phase angles. So the phase will remain same, 35.54 degree. Okay, this is VR. And for VC, also reactance for VC is given, the capacitor is given 500 ohm. So just multiply the reactance with current, you will get. So before that, you need to know that capacitor, if there is a pure capacitor in the circuit, for the capacitor, current leads voltage. That means voltage lags current by 90 degree. So before going to do that, find out the phase angle by subtracting 90 degree from 35.54 degree, because we have to take a lag value or voltage lag for the current given 35.54 degree. So just multiply 500 with 0.174, you will get the RMS value, and subtracting 90 from 35.54 degree, you will get the phase angle. We are subtracting 90 degree because voltage lags current by 90 degree in a pure capacitor. Okay, so you will get the answer as 87. If you multiply 500 with 0.174, you will get 87, and 35.54 degree minus 90 degree, you will get 87 phase minus 54.46 degree. So this is VC. This is VR and this is VC. Check your answers. Now let us start today's topic, simple series RLC circuits. Before that, let me give you some brief idea on R, L and C, resistance, inductance and capacitance. Okay, you can define resistance referring to Ohm's law. Okay, what Ohm's law says? Voltage is directly proportional to I. So by multiplying a proportionality constant R, we will get V equals to Ri. So resistance is a proportionality constant okay, and the value will be R equals to V by I. This is the mathematical definition. If you want to define it in physical form, it will be like this. When a conductor is applied with a potential difference V, there will be a EMF. EMF is nothing but electromotive force. This force will make electrons move randomly. Okay, so it will bring motion to the electrons. Now electrons will vibrate, and due to this vibrate there will be collisions, and these collisions will provide resistance and will stop the electrons, not stop, it will restrict the electrons to move freely. Okay, and these collisions provide resistance. This is called resistance. So this is the physical definition, and this one is the mathematical definition. One more thing, resistance is dependent on temperature. That constant is called temperature coefficient of temperature. Okay, so for positive temperature coefficient, if temperature will rise, resistance will also rise, and this happens in metallic conductors. Okay, but in semiconductor the opposite happens. Like if temperature increases, resistance will decrease. That is called negative temperature coefficient. And this happens in the semiconductors. And the details will be taught you. Will be taught you in the basic electrical classes. Okay, so this is resistance. Now let us discuss inductance. Inductance comes into existence when there is a time varying current. Okay, so if I am applying a time varying current, there will be a EMF induced, right? Faraday's law. So time varying current, if you will apply time varying current, there will be a EMF induced, and this EMF is directly proportional to the rate of change of current. Rate of change of current with respect to time. Okay, so I can write V is directly proportional to di by dt. If I multiply proportionality constant, then I'll get V equals to L di by dt. Here L is a proportionality constant and is called inductance. But this is not the full form. This is according to the Faraday's law. But there is one more law, that is Lenz's law, which says this induced EMF will oppose the very cause of producing it. Who produced it? The applied time varying current or applied voltage. So it will oppose the applied potential difference. So that's why there will be a negative sign, and this one is the complete form for the potential due to inductor. Okay. And what about capacitance? In capacitance, the basic structure is like this. There is two plates. One is connected to the positive terminal of the potential difference, and another plate is connected to the negative terminal of the potential difference. So this plate will be charged positively and this will be charged negatively. So there will be a EMF created between these two plates. Here charge and this EMF will further produce a potential difference between these two plates. So here we can take a relationship between Q and V, as Q is directly proportional to the potential. So if I multiply here constant, proportionality constant, that is C, and this C is called capacitance. Okay, and here we can get the current expression as I of t, that is equals to C dV by dt. Okay. So resistance has a resistance value, inductor has a reactance value, inductive reactance you can say, and a capacitor has a capacitive reactance. Okay, so we can provide like R equals to V by I. We can write it as R equals to V by I. Here inductive reactance is written as XL, that depends on the frequency 2 pi FL. Okay, and capacitive reactance we can write it as 1 by 2 pi FL. Okay, if you will write it in complex form, here Z equals to J 2 pi FL, and here Z equals to 1 by J 2 pi FC, or if we will multiply J in the numerator and the denominator, will get minus J divided by 2 pi FC, or minus J into XC. Here it is J XL. Okay, just keep it in your mind. We will require this in the we will require this in our questions, upcoming questions. So just remember this and write it, note it down. So here it is the first question. Which of the following are true? There is a circuit given here. There is a resistance and inductor in series and a source. It is given as 250 root 2 sin 300t. It is a voltage source. 250 root 2 into sin 300t, and the options are VR equals to 100 root 2, I equals to 2 ampere, and inductance equals to 0.25 Henry. Which of the following are true? 2 and 3, B option 1 and 2, C 1 and 3, and D option 1, 2 and 3. Let us check. तो आपको एग्जामिनर किसी भी टाइप से क्वेश्चन दे सकता है. आप यहाँ से अगर फाइंड आउट करना चाहोगे तो ये आपके लिए बहुत टाइम टेकिंग होगा, राइट? So let's go from the options given. Okay, so let L equals to 0.25 Henry. Let L equals to 0.25 Henry. So here given 150 volt, the voltage across inductor is given, that is 150 volt, and for inductor we know V equals to L di by dt. Okay, Or just you can do one more thing. Here you will require what integration and derivation, but you can do it directly. Like if you take Excel, Excel means it is a inductive reactance which act as a resistance in this case. So Excel is 2 pi FL, and here in this question, if you will see the source, there is 250 root 2 sine 300t, and we know in the first lecture we have already studied in the first lecture that the sinusoidal waveforms are represented as sine omega t. So sine omega t, here omega is 300. From this question, from this diagram, we can know omega equals to 300, and omega is 2 pi f, that is equals to 300. So 2 pi f is 300, we have got it. So let us take 2 pi f as 300 and L 0.25. So this is Excel. Voltage is given 150 volt. So you can find it, current V by Excel. So what is V here? 150 volt, and Excel is given 300 into 0.25. That is equals to 150 into 2 jar 300, and 2 into 0.25 is 0.5, and this will give you 2 ampere. Okay, by taking inductance 0.25 Henry, you will get current equals to 2 ampere. So these two are correct. Let us check for this. VR equals to 100 root 2. Here resistance is given 100 ohm. Current we got 2 ampere. So 2 into 100 is 200 volt. But the option is given as 100 root 2 volt. So option 1 is wrong. So the correct answer will be A, 2 and 3. तो यहाँ पे हम लोग ऑप्शंस के थ्रू गए एंड वी फाउंड आउट द आंसर, राइट. तो आपको कुछ ऐसे स्मार्टनेस भी यूज करने पड़ेंगे, ऐसे ट्रिक्स यूज करने पड़ेंगे. अब आप अगर ऐसे सॉल्व करते जाओगे तो इट विल टेक टाइम. ओके, लेट अस गो टू द सेकंड क्वेश्चन. So this is our second question. Second question is, in the given RC circuit, the current IT is given as 2 cos 5000 t. The applied voltage VT is A 28.28 cos 5000 t minus 45 degree volt, 28.28 cos 5000 t plus 45 degree volt, 28.28 sin 5000 t minus 45 degree volt, and 28.28 sin 5000 t plus 45 degree volt. So write this question, note it down. I'm going to clear this much because I need some space to write. So just note it down first. You can pause the video and note it down. Okay. So here what is given? IT is 2 cos 5000 t. 2 cos 5000 t. If you look at the options, 28.28, the peak value of the current, peak value of the voltage is same for all the options. So you just need to know what will be the phase difference, right? So here resistance is given 10 ohm, capacitance is given 20 microfarad. Okay. I will write it in a complex form. So before going to the complex form, just convert this capacitance into capacitive reactance. So how much will be the capacitive reactance? X equals to 1 by 2 pi f c. That is equals to 1 by 2 pi f c. Here again 2 pi f is 5000 because we have studied in the first lecture that we can represent a sinusoid in sin omega t or cos omega t form. So except t, the other things that will come under omega. Okay, so omega equals to 5000. And what is omega? Omega is nothing but 2 pi f. So in place of 2 pi f, we can write 5000 Capacitance is given 20 microfarad. 20 microfarad. Micro means 10 to the power minus 6. We will solve this. You will get 1 by 10 to the power minus 1, or it is 10 ohm. Okay, so if I will write it those in the complex form, I will get Z equals to 10 minus J10. Okay, because for this Z equals to minus JXC, that is minus J10. So if we will combine the resistance and reactance, then we will get total impedance of 10 minus J10. So here we can find out the phase difference. What will the phase difference? Tan inverse of 10 by 10. Imaginary part divided by the real part. We will get tan inverse 1. Tan inverse 1 is 45 degree. But also you have to consider the signs. So here sign is positive, here sign is negative. So it will come in the fourth quadrant. Because plus minus, real part is plus, imaginary part is minus, so it is in the fourth quadrant. And in fourth quadrant, for fourth quadrant, you will subtract 45 degree from 0 degree. You will get minus 45 degree. Okay, the first option will be correct, that is 28.28 cos 5000 t minus 45 degree. Also in option C also there is minus 45 degree, but you know, in circuit, if current is in the cos form, so voltage will also come in the cos form. So the option 1 is correct. 28.28 cos 5000 t minus 45 degree. Just you have to look at the diagram. Just find the omega from this expression and solve this. You will get the answer. Okay, just use your basics and nothing else. So just by finding out the phase difference, we got the answer, that is A option. Right. So let us go to the third question. So in the third question, it is asking IT under steady state current. You have to find out under steady state. And in the circuit you can see there is AC source 10 sin t. There is a DC source 5 volt. Resistance given 1 ohm, inductance given 2 Henry, and the capacitance is given 1 farad. And you have to find out the current. So looking at the option A and B, these two can't be the answer because it is a DC value, it is a constant value. So here there is an AC source, you will get the current in the sinusoid form. So option C or option D will be the correct one. Okay, next let us find out. See, you can see here the peak value of the current is same, 7.07, 7.07. So here again you just have to find out the phase difference. So how can you find out the phase difference? And before that, one more thing I want to tell you. Here 5 volt is given only to confuse you. Okay, so 5 volt को देखकर आपको confuse नहीं होना है, because 5 volt के लिए this circuit will act as a open circuit, because 5 volt has a frequency of 0. So XL will be 2 pi into 0 into L, you will get a 0, and XC will be 1 by 2 pi 0 into C, you will get a 1 by 0, that is infinity. Okay, so inductor is acting as a zero resistance. Zero resistance means short, and XC will act as a infinite resistance, that is open circuit. So for a steady state condition, the inductor will act as a short circuit and the inductor and the capacitor will act as an open circuit. That's why this DC value, this DC source will not come into effect. Okay, so हम लोग इसको consider नहीं करेंगे. Just look at the AC source. Here in this AC source, Again, it is in the form of tan sine t, and from here you can know omega equals to 1 because it is in the sine omega t form, and in place of omega there is 1. So here from this expression we got omega equals to 1. Next, we have to find the phase. Okay, we will find out the phase. So before going to the phase, we will convert this into a complex form, like 1 ohm will remain as 1 ohm, 2 Henry will be converted as J XL, and the capacitance will be converted into J XC. So 1 plus J XL, XL is 2 pi FL, 2 pi FL, and XC is 1 by 2 pi FC. So 1 plus J into 2 pi F, omega is nothing but 2 pi F. 2 pi F is 1. So in place of 2 pi F, you will put 1 into L. L is given 2 Henry. So here it will be 2 minus J of 1 by 2 pi F is again 1, into capacitance is given 1 farad. So it will be J1. So if I will write it, 1 plus J2 minus J1, you will get J plus J1. So 1 plus J1. Okay. So the phase difference will be tan inverse 1 by 1. That is tan inverse 1, 45 degree. So you got that will be a phase difference of 45 degree. So it is in the option D, 45 degree. If you want to find out this peak value, we can find it out. Like here, the peak voltage is given 10 volt. Okay, and from here you will get the impedance value. How will you get the impedance value? Here impedance will be Z equals to 1 square plus 1 square root over, that is root 2. And if you will find out, 10 is the peak voltage and we have to find out the peak current. So just divide 10. So just dividing root 2 by 10, you will get 7.07. This is your peak current value. Okay, so option D will be correct one. How we will get minus 45 degrees? See, here you're going to divide the impedance by V divided by Z to find out the current, right? If I will take B in the polar form, like 10 angle 0, and Z you got root 2 angle 45 degree. In division, the angles, the phases will be subtracted, and 10 by root 2 is 7.07, and the angle will be 0 minus 45 degree, that is minus 45 degree. So answer 7.07 angle minus 45 degree. If you write it in a sinusoidal form, it will be 7.07 sin t minus 45 degree. We are taking t as a reference value, that's why I am taking 0 here. In place of t, I am taking 0 here. You can write it t also, no problem. Okay, I am writing here it as a t, so you will get here t minus 45 degree. Okay, just applying the basics, you can solve any kind of problems related to simple series RLC circuits. So we as a team, we are trying to give you all the concepts related to electrical engineering based on the syllabus of SSC JEE. Okay, so just follow our channel, subscribe to our channel, and follow us from through any of the social media handlings. Okay, we have already provided our social media handlings details in the description section, so you just go through that. There was a dialogue in Three Idiots. आप सक्सेस के पीछे मत भागो, एक्सीलेंस के पीछे भागो. सक्सेस जक मार के आपके पीछे आएगी। तो लाइक दैट वी आर गिविंग यू सम रिसोर्स, वी आर प्रोवाइडिंग यू सम रिसोर्सेस टू मेक यू एक्सेलेंट। और उसके बाद इफ वंस यू बिकम एक्सेलेंट you will get the success automatically, right? So just follow our channel and do whatever we are saying. So next go to the fourth question. So fourth and fifth questions are like, inductor does not allow the sudden change of current, voltage, power, or none of this. And the fifth question is, capacitor does not allow the sudden change of current, voltage, power, none of this. Okay. What is the basic concept here? So basic concept is, in case of inductance we know V equals to minus L divided by dt. I'm not considering minus now. We doesn't require that. So just look at V equals to L divided by dt. That means V is directly proportional to di by dt. Sudden change of anything, it depends. We are very much sure that V is directly proportional to the change in the current. Okay, rate of change of current with respect to time. So the option A will be correct. And let me prove this. So V equals to L divided by sudden change of current means dt tends to 0. Sudden change, the time will be very less, which tends to 0. If dt tends to 0, the voltage will tends to infinity. So this particular case is not possible in case of inductor. Okay, that's why it opposes the sudden change of current. In this case, capacitor does not allow the sudden change of current, voltage, power, and none of this. In this case, we know current equals to I of t equals to C dV by dt. So in this case, for sudden change of anything, sudden change means dt tends to 0, and here it depends on it, directly depends on the change of voltage, rate of change of voltage with respect to time. So if dt tends to 0, current will goes to infinity. It is capacitor. Okay, that's why the capacitor does not allow the sudden change of voltage. Two basic questions, very basic questions, and are very easy also. Sometimes this kind of easy questions come in the exams, so just be prepared like that. Our sixth question is, in an AC series RLC circuit, the voltage across R and L is 20 volt, voltage across L and C is 9 volt, and voltage across R and C is 15 volt. So find out voltage across C. Options are A equals to 7 volt, B equals to 12 volt, C equals to 16 volt, and D equals to 21 volt. Okay, before that, you need to understand that where there is a combination of R, L and C, the reactance of R or voltage of R remains in the real part of the complex number, complex form of voltage or impedance, and L and C, that remains in the imaginary part of the complex form. So if we write the voltages in complex form, we can write it as, see here voltage across R and L is given, so we can write B across R and L, we can write it as BR square plus BL square root over. Why? Because in a complex form, if I'll write it as x plus iy, you cannot add it algebraically, you have to add it vectorially, right? So if I find out the magnitude of this, then I'll find it out like this: x square plus y square root over. You cannot add it algebraically directly. So here in this case, R is in the real part and L is in the imaginary part. That's why the voltage across R and L will be written as VR square plus BL square root over, that is given as 20 volt. And like this, L and C, V across L and C. So L and C both are in the imaginary part, so you can add it algebraically. Here you can add it algebraically. So BL plus BC equals to 9 volt, because here both are in the imaginary part. Okay, both are imaginary part, like Ix plus Iy, you can write it as I into x plus y. So you can add the imaginary parts algebraically. So here we can write BL plus BC is 9 volt. And in the third case, that is RLC, voltage across RLC, it is given as 15 volt. So combining everything, we can write it as BR square BL minus BC whole square root over equals to 15 volt. It is given as 15 volt. By solving these three equations, you can get the answer A equals to 7 volt. Let me find it out here. Okay. So yes, VC is the capacitance voltage across capacitor. So it will be a -1, because the impedance of this capacitor is negative. We write the impedance Z of capacitor as minus JXC. So here minus sign is there. That's why the voltage across this will also be -1. So BL minus BC is 9 volt. And B of RLC is this. So let us solve this. Let us calculate this. So BR square plus BL square is given as 20 volt, and here VR square plus BL minus BC whole square is equals to 15 volt. BL minus BC is given as 9 volt, so I can put 9 in place of BL minus BC. So this will become BR square plus 9 square, that is 81, root over equals to 15 volt. So BR square equals to BR square plus 81 equals to 225. That will be VR square will be 225 minus 81, that is equals to 144. So we got VR square as 144. Okay. So just write it, VR square equals to 144. I'm clearing this out. So VR square is 144, and we now we'll put 144 here and we'll find out VL. So in place of VR square, I'll put 144 plus VL square, that is equals to 20 square. 144 plus, so BL square will be 400 minus 144, that is 256, and you will get VL equals to 16. So you got 16. Now just put VL here in this equation. So 16 minus VC equals to 9 volt, and VC will be 16 minus 9, 7 volt. So answer is A equals to A, option A, 7 volt. It is also a very basic question, so you just have to remember that here VR, VL, VC all will be added vectorially in complex equation form. You cannot add it directly with the algebraic form, using algebraic form, okay? So you just have to remember this. So next, go to the 7th question. These are our 7th and 8th question. 7th question is, if a pure inductor is connected across AC source, the average power taken by the inductor is a few watt, 100 watt, 0 watt maximum power. In this type of questions, there is no data given. So you can directly put the answer as C equals to 0. But we will go to the reason. What is the reason behind that? The reason is inductor, what it does is when it gets fully charged, first of all, at the beginning, it gets charged. After getting charged, it changes its terminal. Whenever current is flowing in this direction, it is plus and minus. It is getting charged. Once it is charged, it reverses its terminal and starts and discharging itself. So, for the positive half of the AC source, it will get charged, and the negative half of the AC source, the current direction will be changed, and it will get discharged. Okay, so the net amount of power in the inductor will be 0. So option C is correct. In case of capacitor, same thing happens in a different way, but same thing happens. For the positive current, it will get charged. After getting fully charged, it starts discharging. So whatever power it has taken during charging, it discharges. It releases the power in the time of discharging. Okay, so the net amount of power here in this case also 0. So option A is correct. Okay. Here the question is, in a series RL circuit, voltage across resistor and inductor are 3 volt and 4 volt respectively, then what is the applied voltage? Again, it is a series RL circuit, so just to find out applied voltage, we can add the voltage across resistor and the inductor, but we cannot add it algebraically, we have to add it in the complex form or in the vectorial form. Okay, so in this case, the answer will be BR square plus BL square root over. That is, VR is 3 square, BL is 4, so 4 square, 3 square is 9 plus 16, that is square root of 25. The answer is 5 volt. So option B is correct. Okay. Again, a simple question. In AC RC series circuit, total voltage is 10 volt and voltage across resistor is 6 volt. Then what is the voltage across capacitor? Okay, so here we can write it as total voltage applied voltage equals to VR square plus BC square root over, because actually this is minus BC whole square, or you can write it as minus square is plus. So what is the applied voltage V? Here it is given as 10 volt. So I can write 10 volt in place of applied voltage. And what other thing is given, like resistor is 6 volt. Voltage across resistor is 6 volt. So I can write it as 6 square plus BC square root over. So it will be BC square plus 36 equals to 10 square, that is 100. BC square equals to 100 minus 36, that is 64. BC equals to 8 volt. So option B is correct. Okay, it is also very simple. So basically we have to do is we have to add the voltage across resistor, capacitor or inductor vectorially or in form of complex. We cannot add it algebraically. So using this fundamental theorem, we can solve these kind of problems. Okay. I hope you liked today's class, and we are expecting some comments, some suggestions in comment section, or you can send your doubts through any of our social media handles. Okay, the details are provided in the description section. You can go through that. So this is today's class, and let me give you homework question. This is your homework question. Note it down. So I hope you liked today's class, and please subscribe to our channel and put your doubts, suggestions or comments in the comment section or any of the social media handles. Thank you. See you in the next class.